8 signs that show you will live longer than others after 65. Have you ever caught yourself wondering how much time you've got left? Not in some vague philosophical way, but the real gritty question. How many breaths, how many mornings, how many years before the clock ticks out? A month? A year? Maybe a decade if you're lucky or unlucky. Depending on how you see it, we've all had that moment, staring in the mirror or lying awake at 3 a.m., picturing the end. It's the kind of thought that creeps in uninvited, like a shadow you can't shake. Some run to fortune tellers, clutching crumpled bills for a glimpse of fate. Others just shrug and say, "What will be, will be." But what if I told you you don't need a crystal ball or a psychic's vague mumbo-jumbo? What if the answer's already in you, written in the way you move, think, and live right now? Yeah, you heard me. You can peek into your own future. No seance required. How? By checking 8 dead simple signs that scream whether you're built to last past 65 or not. These aren't fluffy guesses. They're hard clues your body and mind are dropping every day, like breadcrumbs leading to your own longevity. If you're over 65 and still crushing these, you're not just aging, you're defying the odds, outpacing the creaky majority who've already started winding down. Stick with me, because in this video, I'm laying out these 8 life tickets, from the strength in your grip to the fire in your head. Watch till the end, and you might just realize you're holding the secret to hitting 90, 100, or beyond. Curious yet? Let's dive in and find out how long you've really got. 1. Your hands are still as strong as they were at 30. Picture this. You're in the kitchen, wrestling with a stubborn jar of jam, the kind that makes most people grit their teeth and curse under their breath. You give it a twist and bam, the lid pops off like it's nothing. No help needed, no banging it on the counter. Or maybe you're hauling a 5 kilograms grocery bag from the store to your doorstep. No shaky hands, no aching shoulders. If you're over 65 and still pulling off these moves with ease, let me tell you, you've got hands as strong as they were at 30. And that's not just a small win. It's the first blazing sign you're on track to outlive most folks your age. This isn't just about bragging rights, though. That grip strength, or what scientists call hand grip strength, is like a tiny crystal ball for your health. It's not only about your muscles, it's a sneak peek into your heart, your bones, even your nerves. Take John Miller, a 73-year-old guy from the outskirts of London. He's still lugging small cement bags to fix his garden fence stuff that younger guys half his age would groan about. At a checkup once, his doctor said, "John, with hands like these, your heart's probably got another decade of solid beats in it." John just chuckled and replied, "Good, 'cause I'm planning to hit 90 and teach my grandson how to fish." See, that strong grip isn't just handy for chores, it's a living, breathing clue he's built to last. Science backs this up too. A 2018 study from the University of London tracked thousands of people over 65 and found something wild. Those with a firm grip lived, on average, 5 to 7 years longer than those whose hands were weakening. Why? Weak hands often mean shrinking muscles, brittle bones, or a heart that's starting to slack off. But a solid grip? That's your body saying, "I've still got fuel in the tank, blood pumping strong, nerves firing fast." So, if you can still shake someone's hand and make them wince, or carry a load without breaking a sweat, that's not just a flex, it's proof you're on a long road ahead. Want to keep it that way? Squeeze a tennis ball daily, or haul some water cans like John. Simple, but it works wonders. 2. You can stand up from a chair without using your hands. Imagine you're sunk into your favorite armchair after a long day, feet up, coffee in hand. Someone calls you from the kitchen, and without a second thought, you plant your feet, push off, and stand up smooth as silk. No hands gripping the armrests, no awkward shuffle. If you're over 65 and this still feels like second nature, stop right there, you've got something special. Being able to rise from a chair without using your hands isn't just a party trick. It's a neon sign flashing that your body's still got the juice to carry you far. This move is a quiet powerhouse. It's not about brute force like lifting weights, it's a symphony of leg strength, core stability, and balance, all working together like a well-oiled machine. Meet Maria Lopez, a 68-year-old grandmother from Barcelona. She's the type who's always bustling around, hosting family dinners and chasing her grandkids. One day, her daughter watched her pop up from the sofa to grab a platter, no hands, no hesitation, and said, "Mama, I know people half your age who can't do that." Maria just laughed. "I've been dancing flamenco in my head all these years, my legs haven't forgotten." That effortless rise isn't just a flex. It's proof her body's holding strong where others start to crumble. Why does this matter so much? A 2014 study from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that seniors who can stand from a seated position without assistance are 50% less likely to face mobility issues or falls, those silent thieves that steal independence. It's not just about muscles. It's your joints staying limber, your spine keeping its spark. When you can't do this anymore, every trip to the couch becomes a negotiation, pushing with your arms, wobbling as you rise. But if you're still springing up like Maria, your legs are telling the world, "We're not done yet." Think about it. How many times a day do you stand up from the dining table, the car, the bed? It's the heartbeat of daily life. If you've still got this in your pocket, you're dodging the slow fade that traps so many. Want to keep it? Try a few squats while brushing your teeth, nothing fancy. Just enough to remind your legs who's boss. That's your ticket to staying in the game. 3. You can walk briskly without getting winded. Picture yourself strolling through a park on a crisp morning. The birds are chirping, the air smells like fresh grass, and you're moving at a clip, say, 500 meters in 6 minutes, legs pumping, head high, not even breaking a sweat or gasping for air. If you're over 65 and this feels like a breeze, you're not just out for a walk, you're carrying a golden key to a longer life. Being able to stride briskly without getting winded isn't some random flex. It's a loud and clear signal your heart and lungs are still in the fight, pushing you past the finish line where others slow to a crawl. This isn't about sprinting marathons or showing off its raw, everyday stamina, the kind that keeps you alive and kicking. Take James Carter, a 67-year-old retiree from Chicago. Every dawn, he loops his neighborhood, clocking 3 kilometers like it's nothing. One morning, a younger neighbor jogged up, huffing and grinned. "Man, James, you're outpacing me and I'm 40. James just smirked. "Gotta keep the engine running, kid." That's no boast. It's his ticker and lungs proving they've still got horsepower. A gift that's rarer than you'd think past 65. Here's why it's a big deal. The American Heart Association ran tests showing that seniors who can walk briskly, think a pace that warms you up but doesn't knock you out, have a 30% lower risk of heart disease and stroke. 2 of the biggest reapers out there. It's not just about legs. It's your whole system firing, oxygen flowing, blood surging, energy humming. Lose that, and a trip to the mailbox feels like climbing Everest. But if you're still striding like James, your body's shouting, "I'm built to last." Think of all the times walking powers your day, grabbing groceries, catching a bus, chasing a grandkid. It's life's pulse. A 2021 study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine even pegged brisk walkers as living up to 15 years longer than the sluggish. Want to lock it in? Start with a daily 10-minute jaunt, fast enough to feel it. Not so much you're wiped. That's your fuel for the long haul. 4. You can balance on one leg for 15 seconds without falling. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You're standing in your living room, barefoot on the rug, and you lift one foot off the ground just a few inches. You hold it there, steady as a statue, counting to 15. No wobbling, no grabbing the couch, just you and gravity in perfect harmony. If you're over 65 and can pull this off without breaking a sweat, you're not just standing, you're defying the slow crumble of time. balancing on one leg for 15 seconds isn't some circus act. It's a secret handshake between your brain and body, proving you've got resilience in spades. This isn't about brute strength or speed, it's finesse, a quiet superpower. Meet Anna Peterson, a 70-year-old from Copenhagen. She's the kind of woman who still bikes to the market and tends her roses. One day, her doctor challenged her to stand on one leg during a checkup. She nailed it, grinning as she hit 20 seconds. "I've been doing yoga in my kitchen for years," she said. "Keeps me steady for the grandkids." That balance isn't just cute, it's her nervous system, muscles, and joints whispering, "We're still sharp." Most folks her age would topple like a house of cards. But Anna's a rock. Why is this a game changer? A 2020 study from Japan's Kyoto University found that seniors who can balance on one leg for 10 seconds or more cut their fall risk by 40% and falls. Let's be real, are the Grim Reaper's favorite trick for the over 65 crowd. It's not just legs, it's your brain talking to your feet, keeping everything synced. Lose it, and uneven sidewalks or a slippery floor become minefields. But if you're still steady like Anna, you're dodging that trap, staying upright and free. Think about it. Balance isn't flashy, but it's everywhere, stepping over a curb, dodging a dog on a walk. A 2022 British Medical Journal report even linked good balance to a decade more of active life. Want to hold on to it? Practice standing on one leg while brushing your teeth. Simple, sneaky, effective. That's your shield against the tumble. 5. Your mind is sharp and your memory holds strong. Imagine you're at a family gathering, chatter filling the air, and someone mentions an old neighbor, say, Mrs. Jenkins from down the street. Without missing a beat, you pipe up, "Oh, Mary Jenkins? Lived at 42 Oak Lane. Always had those loud terriers." Heads turn, jaws drop. You've just pulled a name, address, and quirky detail from decades ago, clear as day. If you're over 65 and your mind still fires like that, names, numbers, quick math, no fumbling, you're not just keeping up. You're a mental marvel, outshining the fog that creeps into most heads at your age. This isn't about physical grit. It's your brain flexing its muscles. Take Sarah Thompson, a 75-year-old from Melbourne. She's the family trivia queen, rattling off dates and facts like a walking encyclopedia. Last Christmas, she beat her tech-savvy son at a game of mental math, grinning. "No calculator needed, love, I've still got it." That sharpness isn't luck. It's her mind refusing to rust, fueled by years of puzzles, chats, and a diet rich in fish and greens. For Sarah, it's not just pride, it's power. Science loves this. A 2019 study from Harvard showed that seniors with strong memory and quick thinking slash their dementia risk by 35%, adding years of clarity to their lives. It's your brain's wiring, neurons sparking, connections holding while others fade into forgetfulness. A dull mind turns grocery lists into battles. A sharp one keeps you in command. If you're still nailing details like Sarah, you're not just living, you're thriving. Keep it humming with a daily crossword or a good debate. That's your edge for the long run. 6. You sleep soundly and wake up refreshed. Picture this. It's 10 p.m. You're nestled under a soft blanket, the world fading as your head hits the pillow. You drift off, no tossing, no staring at the ceiling, and 6, 7, 8 hours later, you wake up, eyes bright, body buzzing like you've just charged overnight. If you're over 65 and sleep still wraps you up like that, you're not just resting, you're rewriting the rules of aging. Sound sleep and a fresh start aren't just luxuries. They're a blazing sign your body's got the resilience to keep going strong. This isn't about brute force or brain power, it's your system resetting like clockwork. Take Emma Davis, a 69-year-old from Bristol. She's the early bird her friends envy, up at 6 a.m. after a deep sleep, gardening by sunrise. "I hit the bed and I'm out," she says. "No pills, no tricks, just good rest." Her secret? A calm evening routine and no late-night screens. That slumber isn't just cozy, it's her body repairing, hormones balancing, keeping her sharp and steady. Science nods hard here. A 2020 study from the Sleep Research Society found that seniors sleeping 6 to 8 hours solidly cut their risk of heart issues and depression by 25%. Sleep's the unsung hero of longevity. Poor rest frays your nerves, dulls your days. Great sleep rebuilds you. If you're waking up like Emma, you're not just alive, you're thriving. Keep it going with a wind-down ritual tea, a book, dim lights. That's your passport to more mornings. 7. You take care of yourself without help. Imagine it's a quiet Tuesday. You're in the bathroom, humming as you shower, soap suds sliding off. Then you towel off, slip into fresh clothes, and head to the kitchen to whip up a quick lunch all solo. No one hovering. If you're over 65 and still run your own show like that, you're not just getting by, you're a master of independence, a rare breed dodging the slow slide into reliance. Self-care isn't a chore, it's your crown. This isn't about strength or speed, it's quiet sovereignty. Meet David Brown, a 71-year-old from Seattle. He's the guy who still irons his shirts, cooks a mean stew, and scrubs his floors, waving off offers of help. I like my rhythm, he says, keeps me feeling like me. That autonomy isn't just habit, it's his spirit and body syncing, fueled by years of staying active and positive. The data's crystal clear. A 2017 study from the Journal of Gerontology showed that seniors who handle daily tasks solo are 40% less likely to need care later, tying self-reliance to longer, fuller lives. Dependency creeps in when you lean on others for basics. Independence keeps you free. If you're still running your life like David, you're not just surviving, you're ruling. Hold it tight with small moves, stretch while cooking, lift a broom. That's your throne. 8. You still crave new challenges. Think of this. It's a lazy afternoon, and instead of dozing off, you're hunched over your phone, figuring out an app, or out back planting a tricky new herb, grinning at the challenge. If you're over 65 and still chasing the thrill of what's next, you're not just aging, you're reinventing it. Craving new hurdles isn't quirk. It's a blazing spark that says your spirit's still hungry, your life far from done. This isn't about brawn or routine, it's fire in your soul. Take Lisa Nguyen, a 66-year-old from Toronto. She just mastered video calls to chat with her niece abroad, laughing. I'm no tech whiz, but I got it. Her drive? A mix of curiosity and grit, honed by years of trying. That hunger keeps her young, inside and out. Science backs the buzz. A 2021 study from neurology found that seniors who tackle new skills like learning or creating boost brain health by 30%, staving off decline. Stagnation dulls you. Challenges sharpen you. If you're still pushing like Lisa, you're not just here, you're growing. Feed it with a small dare, paint, dance, plant. That's your fuel for the long ride. A life worth living, stretched long and sweet. So, here we are, 8 little windows into your future. Each one a quiet promise of more sunrises, more laughter, more moments that matter. Whether it's the strength in your hands, the spring in your step, or the spark in your soul. If you've got even a few of these, you're not just aging, you're blooming, a rare flower in a world that sometimes forgets how beautiful time can be. And even if 1 or 2 feel out of reach, don't you dare dim that light. Every day's a chance to nudge closer, to grow stronger, to wake up and say, I've still got this. Think of the years ahead not as a countdown, but a canvas. Picture yourself at 80, 90, even 100, surrounded by faces you love, sipping tea on a porch as the sun dips low, or dancing, yes, dancing, to a tune only you hear. That's not a dream. It's yours to paint with every brisk walk, every deep sleep, every new why not. You chase. You're not racing against time. You're waltzing with it, step by steady step, into a life that feels full, warm, and yours. Take a breath now, feel that? That's you alive, right here, right now. If these signs ring true, smile, you're already winning. If they don't all fit yet, smile anyway, you've got the map. Share it below. Which one's your favorite? What'll you try tomorrow? Hit that like, subscribe, and let's keep this fire going together. Because here's the truth. Every heartbeat's a gift, every day's a victory, and you, my friend, are built for a long, sweet, love-filled ride. See you in the next one. Here's to forever.